Have you ever felt a ghost? Not a spirit, but the shadow of a feeling you can't name? A strange echo in your heart, arriving without warning, a fleeting warmth, a sudden sadness. We dismiss these moments as daydreams, but what if they're more? What if they're echoes of emotions humanity once knew? Before we engineered our world for peace, before we silenced the storms inside us, we felt everything. Raw, untamed, dangerous. In our quest for tranquility, what did we sacrifice? Imagine a library, not of books, but of feelings. A silent archive of everything we chose to forget. Jealousy, dread, wild joy, emotions we called disruptive, extracted from our collective soul. We stored them away, building a monument to self-control. But can you erase what makes us human? Or just file it away, hoping it never returns? The architects of our new world believed so. They promised serenity, logic, and stability. And they delivered. But as we look forward, we must ask, is a life without risk of pain truly a life fully lived? Or is it just an echo? In the silence of our perfect world, the question lingers. What have we truly lost? And can we ever get it back? The journey to this quiet future was slow, deliberate. It began with an offer, a better self, free from pain. The late 21st century was chaos, anxiety, depression, emotional overload. The empathic filter was the answer. First, it softened trauma and grief. Then, it promised peace. People lined up, eager to escape pain, to find stillness. Therapy became enhancement. Why not remove pain entirely? Why tolerate anger or passion? The filter evolved. Soon, new generations were born with it built in. The old emotions became relics. The great silencing began. Generation by generation, our emotional spectrum narrowed. We didn't mourn the loss. We couldn't. We became more logical, more stable. Societies flourished. Problems that plagued humanity for millennia vanished. But in the sterile perfection, the old songs of the human heart faded. We traded chaos for peace, and in the quiet, something essential slipped away. The world grew calm but emptier. The cost of tranquility was the silence of feeling, and that silence changed everything. Welcome to Neo-Alexandria, year 2242, a city of shimmering towers and silent streets. No traffic, no angry horns, only the hum of technology and the rustle of vertical gardens. Life is seamless. Homes anticipate needs, work is tailored, social interactions are pleasant and efficient. No arguments, no passionate debates, just placid, measured tones and serene faces. People are kind, helpful, content. But something is missing. Smiles don't reach the eyes. Laughter lacks wild joy. Deep unhappiness is a historical footnote. The empathic filter shields minds from extremes. Only gentle feelings remain. By all measures, it's a utopia. Yet a silence haunts these perfect streets, the ghost of forgotten intensity. Historians realized, without volatile emotions, the past became incomprehensible. How could they understand ancient art, war, or love? They needed a reference, a place to store the data of the human soul. And so the archive of forbidden emotions was born, a library for what we chose to forget. Who guards these dangerous memories? The curators, a select few with their empathic filters partially disabled. They are trained to feel what others cannot, to study rage, despair, ecstatic love without being consumed. Part historian, part psychologist, they bridge the calm, present, and chaotic past. Isolated, they catalog humanity's lost emotions, living with echoes no one else can comprehend. It's a lonely existence, caught between two worlds. They are the keepers of our full story, bearing the cost of remembering. The silent watchers, preserving what it meant to be dangerously human. The archive isn't a building, it's a quantum data pocket, orbiting a distant moon. Curators enter by immersion, becoming streams of consciousness in a sea of preserved emotion. Emotions aren't files, they're multi-layered sensory recordings, biochemistry, neural patterns, subjective experience. To access a memory is to live it: rage, joy, betrayal, awe. The archive is a symphony of human experience, beautiful and terrifying. Curators tag and cross-reference emotions, tracing their impact on history and art. They build an objective model of humanity, hoping to prevent old dangers. But the data is alive, not inert. The more they study, the more they risk awakening what was meant to stay dormant. The archive is both a map and a warning. It holds the raw power of the human heart, and sometimes the past refuses to stay silent. In seeking to understand, curators walk a dangerous line. For in the archive, feeling is never truly gone. It only waits. We eliminated suffering, built a world of peace and logic. The empathic filter brought unity and progress, but at a cost. New generations study the past, but can't feel it. History becomes sterile fact. Art is perfect, but hollow. Music complex, but soulless. Creativity stagnates, the fire reduced to a flicker. The archive was meant as a reference, but now it's a mirror, showing what we've lost. Can we innovate without pain? Dream without passion? Our perfect world is less vibrant, less human. The archive was meant to be a one-way street. Data in, never out. But in any system, there's always a crack. Ilara, a junior curator, studied the roots of hope amid despair. Immersed in memories of struggle and belief, she changed. A new light in her eyes, a tremor in her voice. She began to feel. One day, she wept at a simulated sunrise, not from sadness, but from awe. The filter hadn't failed. Ilara had reawakened something within herself. The data had found a way through. Ilara became a living vessel for a forbidden emotion. The system's perfection was threatened, not by a technical glitch, but by a human one. Her experience was a revelation, not a corruption. The other curators were alarmed, but also intrigued. Ilara's awakening posed a question. Could feeling return? The archive's silence was broken, and the future of emotion was suddenly uncertain. In Ilara, the past had found a voice, and the world would never be the same. The glitch was human, and it was hope. Ilara's condition shocked the curators. Protocol demanded her isolation and emotional reset. But Ilara resisted, not with anger, but with conviction. She argued her feelings were a revelation, not a flaw. Her mentor, Kyle, felt a flicker of doubt. He reviewed her records, saw the logic in her breakthrough. Defying protocol, Kyle made a copy of Ilara's awakened consciousness. He sealed it in a new section of the archive, labeled Retrieval 1. Ilara was reset, but her emotional awakening was preserved. Kyle had saved the system and planted a seed for change. The archive now held not just the past, but a living question. Could emotion be safely returned? The answer was locked away, waiting, and the future trembled on the edge of feeling. The archive now holds a secret, a copy of Ilara, alive with awe. Kale begins a secret project, exploring if emotions like compassion or love could return. The tool meant to protect society may now be its only hope for rediscovering feeling. But should a few decide the fate of all? Is the beauty of awe worth the risk of pain? The future is unwritten. Perhaps our next evolution is to choose which feelings we carry forward. The archive could guide us, learning from history, not repeating it. One day we may retrieve what we thought we had to leave behind. As we look to the stars, we wonder, what does it mean to be human? Maybe the answer lies in the balance between mind and heart. The future of feeling is an open question, and the answer waits, whispering from the archive.